This week on Country Music Junkies, I have singer-songwriter Kaitlin Kozell on the phone. She's a country music newcomer. Kaitlin, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. This is very exciting.
Absolutely. Well, we're really glad to have you. We understand you've been super busy lately because your debut single was just released to country radio. How busy have things been for you lately?
Do you know what? It's been crazy, but it's been incredibly exciting. I mean, my single dropped on June 10th, and then the following week, June 17th, I was away all week on a radio tour, hitting some of the stations across Ontario. So that's been really, really exciting and a very cool experience.
Very cool. That's awesome. So how has the single been doing so far? How has the reach been doing? How was the radio tour? Kind of give us an update on all of that sort of stuff.
Sure. I mean, the single's not doing too bad. I mean, I am an independent artist, so I am competing with, some of the core Canadian country artists out there that are doing incredibly well at radio right now. But, for my first single, being an independent artist, it's doing not too bad. It's getting some play in some of the smaller markets.
Absolutely.
It's getting some play out west, and it's been added to a couple stations out east. And I think the first station to add my single was in Bladel, Netherlands. So that was cool. But, so it's doing not too bad. I'm hoping that, every week we get a couple more ads at the very least. And,
absolutely.
Hopefully once it's out there for a little bit more time, it can, be picked up more and more. But the radio tour was really incredible, just being able to meet some, different people that I listen to on the radio, here in town, and then getting to tour to some of the smaller areas of Ontario, getting to speak with them was really, really incredible.
Absolutely. Well, that's great. I'm glad to hear that. Now, your single, it's called Do It Again. Is there a story behind the song? It's a great song. I love it. But is there something that kind of inspired the writing of that song?
Well, sort of. I co-wrote this with a good friend of mine, George Hadjicristo, and he sort of brought this idea to the table, and I instantly fell in love with it. I loved the whole sentiment of, being able to go back to a time when you really felt young and wild and free and, didn't really have a care in the world, and I think it's a great, fun summer song, and I hope, a lot of people can relate to it, and I'm really, really proud of it.
That's great. Now, has country music always been in your blood?
It has. You know what? I grew up listening to country music. That's all I listened to growing up. My grandparents listened to country. My parents raised me on country, and for the longest time, it's kind of funny. I tell people it's the only music I thought existed in the world until I think I reached maybe 10 or 11. I was, then introduced to other genres of music. But, my grandmother and I, we would have sing songs all the time, whether it be in the backyard or on the front porch, and we'd sing our country classics together. And so I was very much, or country music has very much always been a huge part of my life.
And now, when did you kind of get to the point where you're like, I want to do this, this is going to be a career for me? When did you decide that?
Well, I can remember a very specific instance. I was watching CMT, I think I was about 5 or 6, and Leanne Rimes' video for One Way Ticket, Because I Can, came on CMT, and I just sat there in total awe. I was completely mesmerized, and I remember saying out loud as soon as that video finished that I need to be doing that. I want to do this with my life. And ever since then, I've just sort of been singing as much as I can, getting out there as much as I can. I started writing at about 13, 14, and
wow.
I went to an art school in high school, so that was a great outlet for me, and just in terms of being able to perform more in front of people, and even some of my own material, and then I started recording a little after that, and I just, I really hope it all works out, because this really is my passion. I'd love to be able to say I can make a living doing this.
Now, you said that you started writing songs when you were, 13, 14 years old. Mm-hmm. Does writing come naturally to you?
I guess it sort of did, because prior to that I hadn't thought of writing, and then I guess something inspired me, and I started writing, and I thought, I'm enjoying this. Whether or not I was very good, I don't know, but I kind of kept at it. And lately I've been doing more co-writes with different people, and that's been really exciting and a really great learning experience for me. Obviously, sometimes it comes a lot easier than other times.
Right.
It's not a bad thing to start a song and then come away from it and, get back at it when you feel inspired again or whatnot. But I do enjoy it, and I obviously know there's a lot of room for growth and development, but I figure, you just keep at it, and I'm hoping you can only get better.
For sure. Now, the single is out. It's been out for a couple of weeks now. Are you thinking about an album, or is that under kind of in the works right now? What are you thinking?
I am. I'm hoping to release an album, either an EP or a full-length album, actually, in the fall. That is my plan. So we'll be back in the studio for sure over the next couple months, really hammering some stuff out, and I'm really excited about some of the songs that will be on this album, and I'm really, really excited.
You've been gaining a lot of experience in both singing and songwriting, but one of the things that I think is really cool, and I wanted to throw it in here, is that you've been singing the national anthem for the Toronto Maple Leafs. How's that been?
Oh my goodness, that has honestly been, I think, one of the most exciting and exhilarating things I get to do in my life. I mean, it's so incredible. I'm crazy nervous before the game, but then as soon as I walk out there and I start singing, and you can feel the energy from the crowd, it's just I honestly can't describe it in words. It's just the most amazing feeling.
Because that's 18,000 people, plus everyone on TV looking at you. Like, that's got to be an unbelievable experience for you.
It's definitely nerve-wracking. I mean, you hear all these stories, and I try and tune everything out. Just, I focus on me out there doing my thing, and, obviously hoping I get through it all right, and so far I've just been so blessed to have had all the opportunities at the Leafs that I've been given. I mean, this year getting to do a couple of Saturday night games was huge, and I was just so appreciative, and I just enjoyed every single second.
You've also been doing some TV work, I understand. How's that been?
A little bit, yeah. Back in the fall, I started doing some background extra work, which is, I definitely would not call myself an actress, but it's very cool to be a part of just a little bit of screen work. And I guess I was a cop on Rookie Blue, in the background, so you'd need to pull out your binoculars and search for me somewhere in the deep background. But that was a very cool experience. And then over the last few months, I've had the opportunity to be a nurse in the background on Saving Hope, which has been really great as well. So
very cool. Now, would you say that music is still your kind of number one focus, and this is just kind of an extra?
Absolutely.
Right.
Music has always been number one for me, but this is just, a lot of fun to be a part of, and just another experience, but definitely the focus is music for sure.
Well, that is awesome. Now, Kaitlin, if fans want to check you out, if they want to download your debut single, Do It Again, how can they do that?
Well, they can head to my website, www.Kaitlin Kozell, KaitlInKozell.com, and there's a link right up there to iTunes where people can download my single. On my website, you can also find links to my Facebook page, my Twitter page, my YouTube channel. So everything is there if people want to check it out.
Excellent. That is awesome. Now, any plans for a music video for Do It Again?
That would be great. I would definitely love to do a music video, hopefully sometime soon in the future, but I will definitely keep everybody posted for sure through my website.
Awesome. All right. Well, Kaitlin, thank you so much for joining us. Really great chatting with you. Be sure to keep us posted on everything that's going on. And
yeah, will do.
Fans, be sure to visit KaitlinKozell.com.